She lied for years, to her husband, to her fans, to the entire VH1 empire. And now it's all crashing down. Jackie Christie, the same woman who built her brand on loyalty, love, and televised chaos, just got exposed by her own husband.
Why?
Because Doug Christie just revealed she's been hiding a whole secret relationship behind his back for years. Not weeks, not months, years. And get this, he's got receipts. Recordings, hotel logs, and a name. That's right. Jackie wasn't just flirting for fun, boss. She was living a full-blown double life. Doug sat down, looked dead into the camera, and said, "I was faithful." She wasn't. Here's the proof. And boom, VH1 went silent. The Basketball Wives producers are scrubbing episodes. Fans are demanding Jackie be blacklisted. Sponsors?
Gone.
Her face is off the promo posters. Jackie Christie's empire just turned to ash. How long was this affair going on? Who's the man she risked it all for? And is Doug planning to sue? Or worse, this isn't just a scandal. This is the end of Jackie Christie as you know her. It all started with whispers, the kind of rumors that float through the halls of VH1 like smoke before a fire. At first, no one took them seriously. Jackie Christie?
Cheating? Please.
She practically invented the word ride or die when it came to Doug. She was the wife who followed him city to city during his NBA days. The woman who wouldn't even let female reporters get too close. But here's the twist. Sometimes, the loudest loyalty is just the best disguise. For months, no, scratch that, for years, something didn't sit right in Doug Christie's gut. The late-night phone calls Jackie always took in the bathroom. The mysterious business meetings in cities where she had no business being. The way she'd leave town and come back glowing, but never quite able to explain what conference she'd attended. But Doug kept quiet.
Why?
Because Doug was the guy who stayed calm. The guy who smiled for the cameras. The man who supported Jackie through every on-air fight, meltdown, and messy reunion episode. He had her back. And that's what made this betrayal hit harder than a courtside elbow. Doug started connecting the dots after Jackie made one slip-up, just one. A hotel reservation in Miami made under her name, but the card belonged to someone else.
A man.
And that man? Not a business partner. Not a cousin. Not a coworker. Someone completely off the radar. That was the moment Doug realized he wasn't being paranoid. He was being played. And once he opened that door, Lord have mercy. What he found was years' worth of betrayal tucked behind that basketball wife image. Doug hired a private investigator. Not for a week. Not for a month. For 6 months straight. And what came back wasn't just scandal. It was reality-shattering. Text messages. Voicemails. Burner phone receipts. Hidden accounts. Jackie had been maintaining a secret relationship with another man while playing the perfect wife on national television. The PI even tracked footage of Jackie having dinner with a man in Beverly Hills, wearing a hoodie and sunglasses like she was trying out for a Netflix heist movie. But here's where it gets truly twisted. Jackie wasn't just cheating, she was funding this man's life. Cash app transfers. Business investments. Vacations in Cabo. The same woman who cried on camera about loyalty and sisterhood was out here acting like a sugar mama with a secret. And Doug? The man standing quietly beside her all those years? He was footing the bill. Because some of that money came from shared accounts. Let that sink in. Doug was unknowingly funding Jackie's affair. Let that marinate in betrayal for a second. Now here's where Doug flips the script. He didn't lash out in private, oh no. Doug decided to do what Jackie would never expect. He went public. At a press event originally meant to discuss an upcoming NBA youth mentorship program, Doug dropped the mic, literally. He paused mid-interview, looked straight at the camera, and said, "There's something else I need to say. For a long time, I stayed silent while I was being lied to. My wife, Jackie Christie, has been in a secret relationship with another man for years. I have the evidence, and I will no longer protect someone who never protected me." And just like that, the internet exploded. Twitter went nuclear. Instagram went unfiltered. TikTok had threads upon threads of wild theories, timelines, receipts, fan conspiracy breakdowns. VH1? They went into full damage control mode. Cast members started unfollowing Jackie. Producers locked down the official Basketball Wives account. Sponsorship deals?
Ghosted.
Public statements? Radio silence. But Jackie? She played it cool at first. She posted a cryptic IG story. When you live your truth, no one can use it against you.
Ma'am.
That's not truth. That's a whole lifetime movie-level affair being dragged into the sunlight. Days later, VH1 called her in for a meeting. Not a Zoom, not a phone call. An in-person, cold-as-a corporate sit-your-ass-down type of meeting. Doug's revelation had opened Pandora's box, and producers were scrambling. They didn't care if Jackie was the show's longest-running firecracker. They didn't care that she'd carried entire reunion episodes on her shoulders. What they did care about was damage control, and right now, Jackie's scandal was toxic PR dynamite. In that boardroom, she was told, off the record, that her future with Basketball Wives was on pause. Translation? You're done. And just like that, Jackie, the one-woman VH1 once called irreplaceable, was dropped like a scandalous mixtape. But before she could even gather her thoughts, Doug's team released more. More screenshots. More timestamps. More audio clips. One message in particular sent the entire fan base into DEFCON 1 mode. Don't worry, baby. Doug will never find out. He still thinks I'm in Atlanta for that promo shoot. That message was dated during filming. Jackie had lied on camera to her husband, to her producers, to the fans. And now she was being exposed by her own words. But here's where part 1 ends, because the next move wasn't Jackie's. It was Doug's. And let's just say, if you thought a press conference was messy, wait until you hear what happened on national TV. The world thought they had seen it all after Doug's brutal press conference. But no one, and we mean no one, was prepared for what came next. Because while Doug had just calmly unloaded a decade's worth of betrayal in front of live cameras, Jackie went full meltdown mode. And where did she choose to do it?
Live. On.
VH1. The producers, already sweating bullets over the scandal, made a bold move. Bring Jackie in one last time for a farewell appearance and try to control the narrative. Their hope? She give a clean, scripted apology. Maybe cry a little. Blame stress. Walk away quietly. Tie a nice bow on a chaotic exit. Yeah, no. They forgot who Jackie Christie really is. She didn't show up to play it safe. She showed up ready to set fire to the entire Basketball Wives franchise. She walked into the studio dressed like a woman on a mission, head high, no notes, no apologies. The moment she sat down across from the host, you could feel the tension dripping off the screen. The host started soft. Jackie's lawyers alleged that Doug had tipped producers off about her secret relationship months before going public, not out of heartbreak, but as part of a strategy to secure full creative control over future Basketball Wives spin-offs and brand deals. Now that flipped the table. Was Doug ever the broken man we saw at the press conference? Or had he been playing the long game? Just when fans started debating whether Doug was actually the puppet master, Jackie's legal team doubled down. They revealed an alleged voice memo sent by Doug to a VH1 executive weeks before the public reveal. In the leaked recording, a man sounding very much like Doug says, "Let me handle Jackie. Once I speak, the audience will be on my side. We need a clean break before next season." That 12-second audio clip did more damage to Doug's image than any interview Jackie could have given. Suddenly, the betrayed husband narrative didn't look so clean. VH1's PR team scrambled. Doug's name was quietly removed from press releases. Even the NBA, which had featured him in a mentorship campaign just days earlier, put his involvement on hold pending public clarification. Meanwhile, Jackie's IG lives turned into full courtroom exposés. In one live stream, she dropped DMs from former castmates who admitted producers told them to isolate Jackie or risk being cut. In another, she claimed Doug had his own history of emotional manipulation, which the show always swept under the rug. It was messy. It was explosive. And guess what? The fans were back. They weren't siding with her, not all of them, but they were watching. And in Jackie's world, attention is currency. And Jackie wasn't done spending it. That's when the second lawsuit hit. not by Jackie. Against her, VH1 fired back with a $10 million countersuit, accusing Jackie of violating her NDA, breaching confidentiality, attempting to sabotage the network's brand. They even added a defamation of character clause tied to Jackie's latest live streams. Legal war was officially on. But Jackie? She responded the only way she knows how: loud,
bold, and unbothered.
Her next post simply read, "They tried to bury me. Didn't realize I was the headline." And boss, it worked. Media outlets who had written her off began running. What if Jackie was right? Think pieces. Podcasts started dissecting every leak, every voicemail, every text thread. The narrative wasn't just about Jackie cheating anymore. It was about reality TV ethics, control, exploitation, and how far networks will go to protect the good guy. Even Doug began to crack under pressure. In an emotional on-camera interview with ESPN, Doug admitted, "I made mistakes too. I wasn't perfect. I let a lot happen that I should have stopped. Maybe we both got caught up in the machine." Boom. That was it. Public perception? Shifting. Back in the headlines, this time with sympathy, and then the craziest twist of all. Jackie announced she was in final talks with a major streaming platform to launch her own docuseries titled Unfiltered. The Jackie Christie story. The concept? A behind-the-scenes look at what really happens on reality TV. The betrayals, the lies, the edits, the manipulation. In her own words, "I'm not just telling my truth, I'm showing it." Fans were divided, of course. One tweet read, "Jackie went from cheater to content queen. I'm mad and impressed." Another said, "If she pulls this off, she's the greatest villain of all time." Love her or hate her, Jackie was winning again. Not because she was innocent, not because she was forgiven, but because in a world where attention is everything, Jackie knew how to flip the narrative.
So what now?
Doug's coaching future hangs in the balance. VH1's reputation is under legal attack. And Jackie? She's walking the tightrope between revenge, reinvention, and ratings. And that, boss, is how you go from scandal to strategy. Now that everything's out in the open, the affair, the exposure, the lawsuits, the live streams, and the revenge deal with a streaming giant, the real question is, was Jackie Christie the villain? Or the only one finally telling the truth? Did she betray Doug? Absolutely. Did she lie to fans? Without a doubt. But did VH1 manipulate her? Did Doug play the long game? Is this just how reality TV actually works? Chew you up, spit you out, and film the whole thing in HD. 1 minute she's a cheater. The next, she's the whistleblower. And somehow, she's still trending. That's not just scandal. That's strategy. So we want to hear from you. Is Jackie Christie a master manipulator? Or a woman finally breaking free from a toxic system? Drop your take in the comments. Team Jackie or Team Doug? Should VH1 be held accountable for what they allegedly did behind the scenes? And is this really about love and loyalty, or just who controls the narrative? Hit that like button if you're still trying to process this mess. Subscribe if you know there's more tea coming, because we've got receipts they haven't even seen yet. And turn on notifications, because if Jackie drops that docuseries trailer, or if Doug claps back with his side, you know we're breaking it down right here, second by second. This isn't just gossip anymore. This is war. And the next bombshell could blow it all wide open.
Stay tuned.
Jackie, thank you for being here. Obviously, the last few days have been difficult. Jackie didn't let her finish. Difficult? Jackie snapped. You know what's difficult? Watching your husband use your name, your legacy, and your pain to flip a public image, while you're out here being hunted like some villain. That's what's difficult.
Boom.
Just like that, she flipped the script. According to Jackie, Doug wasn't just the victim. He was the architect of the fallout. She claimed she had been emotionally abandoned for years. That Doug was too busy with NBA events, charity appearances, and image maintenance to be present in their marriage. She said that yes, she made a mistake. But it wasn't some double life. It was emotional survival. And then the tears came. Real? Maybe. Strategic? Definitely.
Jackie.
Her voice cracked as she said, "I loved him. I built a life with him. I protected him from things that would have ended his career. And now he wants to tear me apart because I messed up? He wasn't perfect either, but I never sold him out." The comment section on the live broadcast erupted. Wait, is she deflecting or confessing? Sis just admitted it and blamed him. Emotional survival? You was flying out to sea outside, dudes. Jackie crying but still holding the knife. And while Jackie was publicly unraveling on camera, Doug was doubling down in the background. Because just minutes into her live segment, his legal rep posted a PDF link on Twitter. Caption: "Let the documents speak." Everything Jackie just denied was in there. That link? Over 60 pages of court-ready evidence. Plane tickets, bank statements, voice transcripts, hotel bookings in Jackie's name, cash transfers to a man known only as AW, fans dove in instantly. And social media turned into a forensic crime lab. People were zooming in on timestamps, cross-referencing receipts, even pulling footage from past episodes to match Jackie's travel dates with the documents. Suddenly, Jackie's timeline didn't just look suspicious, it looked exposed. And VH1? They were done. Midway through the live broadcast, producers cut the feed. Not for commercials. Not for a wrap-up. They just pulled the plug. Viewers were left staring at the Basketball Wives logo like someone had yanked the mic at a rap battle. Insiders later leaked that execs feared legal exposure if Jackie kept talking. But the drama didn't stop when the screen went black. Because hours later, Jackie was officially fired. And not just "we'll talk later" fired. We're talking access revoked. PR team gone. Official statement released at 11:37 p.m.